So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Blue Marble Riders, wherever you are. You find me out and about today, doing nothing in particular but a good old-fashioned vlog. Just really a bit of a catch-up. First of all, an apology for the fact that I didn't get you a video out this week, and well, it wasn't completely my fault. My pretty new, just out of warranty, wouldn't you believe it, Dell computer, which cost me a vast sum of money because I used to process videos on an older computer and it used to take forever. So I bought this Dell about a year ago, just over a year ago, wouldn't you know. Decided not to go for the extended warranty, and what did it do? It blew its motherboard up. Now this Dell computer is top of the line. It's a top of the line processing computer with high specs, so it can chew through you know, up to 6 tracks of 5K video and have no trouble rendering, processing and manipulating. But unfortunately for me, it expired just literally a month or two out of warranty. Here's the good news though. The good news is that if you buy these things with a credit card that extends or doubles your warranty, like I did, you don't really need to buy the extended warranty. And it turns out this works because I've sent it back to Dell. They have analyzed it and told me it was the motherboard, and they're going to replace the battery as well because the battery looks like it's a bit defective, which is stunning to me because this thing costs a lot of money. The short version of this story is that I'll get it back soon, and hopefully this will be the first video I process out with it if they haven't completely eradicated every piece of software I've got that I have to spend a week loading all the stuff back on again. But we can hope, right? So that was the first major kerfuffle I had this week. The second one is, you will see, I have 2 mirrors. That wasn't the case halfway through last week. This mirror here decided to go AWOL on me. About 6 months ago, I noticed it doing it. They've been great mirrors, really cheap, and I'll talk more about it later on, but these mirrors went AWOL on me, and I finally fixed that too, so that's a pleasure. It's nothing like riding and you'd go to look in your mirror and there's no mirror there and you're halfway pulling out the fast lane. So that was that. And then the Guzzi came up, and you know, the manual says do an oil change every 10,000 kilometers. I decided that I would do the 5,000, and so that's what I usually do, 5,000 synthetic. I've always done that on my bikes. So I did that, dropped the oil, and I had already ordered a new filter, and the filter had arrived. But when I took the oil filter out, I noticed that the filter they had sent me was not a matching filter, and I'll cut to all of that right now and show you around my workshop and talk a bit more detail about that. See you in a minute. Hi Blue Marble Riders, and welcome to the BMR workshop. Here we have 2 bikes. My week was a real doozy last week for several reasons. First of all, the Guzzi went to do an oil change, and I had phoned ahead for all the parts I needed and had the filter delivered that I needed, or so I thought. Drained the oil, took the old filter off, and then was not very pleased to discover that the new one, there it is, did not match the old one. So that got my antennas up, and I phoned the dealer back and found out this is for a V7. I am lucky. A lot of people complain about Moto Guzzi because of the parts availability, and I have 3 dealers within 100 kilometers of me. One is really close, 45 minutes away, but they're the ones that screwed up and gave me the wrong filter for the bike. So I then had to go and order a filter from one of the other ones, because the local one didn't have the part in. It was going to take a while to get there. They have to go to Colorado to get them. So I phoned up the next nearest local dealer, and I literally got the runaround for about 4 days, where this guy didn't ring me back and said he had them, but he couldn't find them, and he was looking for them and never got a call back. Had to phone him 4 times, forget it. I then went and phoned the furthest dealer away, which entails a ferry ride and about an hour ride, if I were going to do it. And guy got the 3 filters for me in the mail within 15 minutes. So I'm waiting for those to arrive so that I can get the Guzzi finished. Yeah, looking forward to that. Always, by the way, take the key out when you've drained the oil so you don't get tempted to start the bike. It's been a week, you know, get to my age, that sort of thing could happen. You never know. The oil I use, either one of these brands. A lot of people ask me, what do I use in the Guzzi? I use liquid moly, or I use Moto 10W60. They're the recommended brands. This is actually the official Moto Guzzi recommended brand, but this is just as good, and is same thing, JZO MA2. So that's what you're looking for. So that's the Guzzi. And then my other bell, the Kawasaki here, my other garage queen. I ended up a while ago changing the mirrors to bar ends, but I was blown away by how expensive bar end mirrors are. So, let's walk over here to the computer. I ordered these about 3 years ago, and as you can see, the price is amazing on them. $29 for 2 bar ends, but of course you do get what you pay for. They're not quite as nicely finished as the Rhizomas, but then again, they're not, I believe, if take a look at the price there, each $236 each. That's going to be over 500 with taxes. So yeah, no, I went with these, and they have been fantastic. The only thing that went wrong with them, and I have to find my little, here we go. The only thing that went wrong with them, and if I come around this side of the bike, you'll see that there is a little hex nut in here that screws in, and it keeps this rigid. You angle it to the way you want it, and you set it, and leave it. And it's set in there, and you don't move it around. The whole thing screws in. You can tighten this up, get it to the right angle, and then screw this in. I put Loctite in and did that. I unfortunately didn't put Loctite in the other one. And about 6 months ago, the end cap, the bolt there, fell out. And I noticed because the mirror started doing this sort of thing, which is not a great help when you're riding along and you want to get into the fast lane or, you know, see who's behind you. So I bought a whole bunch of nuts. They weren't hex nuts because I couldn't find them. So I bought these other nuts with a tiny little fitting on the end, which you tighten up. I'm afraid they didn't work very well. And within, like I say, 6 months, this has got loose and there seems to be no way to tighten it back up again. I tried drilling it out because I couldn't get it out. The little bit in there, the little hex, it's a male hex. I literally couldn't unscrew it. It just sheared off. So I tried drilling it out. It's toughened steel. I used its tungsten carbide tip bit. I couldn't make any, so I gave up. For 29 bucks, I thought, well, let's just get another pair. So that's what I've done. The box has absolutely no, apart from this, it's got this generic sort of label on it, but there's no real marketing on it. So let's have a look. You can have it sticking out like that off the end of the bar. I'll have to screw these out so it fits in. Yeah, so I'm quite happy with that. Looking good. And I'll put those in. I'll probably have it just like I do on this one, tipped up like that. The last thing that took place with the Kawasaki, this bike has been rock solid, never had any problems with it. And neither of these are Kawasaki parts, so I can't blame it, was the horns I fitted. I fitted 2 Hella horns. You can see one of them poking out down here. I had made a bracket and I had one this way and one this way. They look really good together. Looks a bit asymmetrical now, a bit BMW-ish. And as is usual every year, you know, several times during the season, I always practice my emergency braking. And I hit the brakes like crazy, you know, first of all, to find out where does the ABS come on the front brake, and second, just can I brake hard without activating the ABS? Because you want to work around the electronic aids. I don't like using them for safety. But while I was doing that, I noticed these 2 marks down here on my fender. So lest you're tempted to do the same thing and have these hanging down, they were hanging down lower than this because of the ABS unit right here. You can't really have these mounted this high on both sides. So I thought it looked stupid and I hung it down lower, not thinking that when you compress the suspension, these will indeed come down, and just slightly touched. So what I've had to do is take this one off, mount it up inside here, move the relay up the right way around, a new relay, waterproofed it, and this is much further tilted up now. It doesn't need to hang down so low because this one isn't here to hang. It was hanging literally about here. So this is much higher. So yeah, that's my trials and tribulations, nearly all of them anyway. You might have noticed that there wasn't a video last week, or whenever you see this, there wasn't a video at the beginning of April, and that's because the very powerful new laptop from Dell, yeah, I'm gonna throw their name in there, burned its motherboard out. So I had to send that away while it was processing a video. So yeah. Okay, all replaced. Very simple to do. Put that in, screwed it in, and it's literally, again, it's a friction fit, and screwed it in. I Loctited it this time, so it shouldn't work its way out and come out. Not bad for 29 bucks when you consider 29 for two. What was it, 29? Whatever, 15 bucks a piece compared with, what was that, $249 a piece at Rhizoma? Unbelievable, the difference in price. I'm sure they're better quality. I'm sure they look a little bit nicer close up, but you know what? For a difference of nearly $500, I couldn't really bring myself to do it. I mean, it's not like I haven't bought Rhizoma stuff. I've got lots of Rhizoma stuff on it, but per mirror, $249. My God, someone's making a lot of money. All right, back to the ride. So there you are. These things come in threes, as they say, and yeah, indeed, it was not something that I was particularly happy about, but hopefully that is it, and I can get back to riding, making videos, and enjoying life again without having to shell out cash and change things. But what a deal on these mirrors, huh? The price is amazing when you compare it with what's online there with Rhizoma and all of those other things. Any excuse for a ride, eh? Essentially, this was take the bike out of the workshop and put it back in the garage. But I hate starting a bike up and running it for 5 seconds and then parking it. Worst thing you can do to an engine. All those people who run their engines for a few minutes over winter, it's not a good thing to do. You end up with condensation inside the engine, which is not a good thing. Any excuse for a ride. Go out and I do my loop, come back and put the bike in the garage, even if it is risky and rainy and wet and, you know, slick roads and all that. Don't care. Great ride, really enjoyed that. This bike fits me like a glove. Just enjoy it so much. People think 4-cylinder bikes don't have soul. They're totally wrong. They have their own soul. It's different. Yeah, they don't blur your vision. They aren't missing their top end or anything like that. There I am being facetious again. Lifting a building up. Guess they're putting some sort of other floor underneath it, who knows. Okay, thanks for riding with me, Blue Marble Riders. I really appreciate that. See you next time. This is the Blue Marble Rider, out.
Once again, thanks for watching, everyone. If this is the first time you've watched, please consider subscribing. I do product reviews, motorcycle reviews, off-road and on-road vlogs, as well as tours. Don't forget to follow me on social media, that's Instagram, Facebook and Twitter, and to like, and especially, I'm begging you here folks, subscribe. This is the Blue Marble Rider, out.